Today on the Travel Magazine, we'll visit the beautiful Canadian city of Montreal and its International Jazz Festival. Makes no difference if it's cool or hot. For style, excitement, and that special joie de vivre, there is no city like Montreal. This place never sleeps. This vibrant and cosmopolitan city has a European flair that is unique in all of North America. Hi, I'm Jake de Boer.
And I'm Mieke de Boer. Not only a city that does not sleep, but a city that is crazy about jazz, jazz, jazz.
No, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Oh, do-up, 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 do-up. Do-up, 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 do-up. One more time. Do-up, 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 do-up.
The island of Montreal was first discovered by French explorer Jacques Cartier in 1535 and is located at the intersection of three great rivers, the St. Lawrence, Rivière des Prairies, and the Ottawa River. This city, of close to 2 million inhabitants, ranks as the world's second largest French-speaking metropolis after Paris. At the same time, its multilingual mosaic consists of people from more than 80 countries speaking over 35 languages. Montreal is a city of sidewalk cafes, a city that presents an eclectic mix of modern architecture and old-world charm. A vibrant personality with a distinctly French flavor. Rich with history for the traveler, famous statues, landmarks, and museums abound, as do a world-class complement of shops, galleries, and restaurants. Montreal has something special for absolutely everyone. More than 11 million tourists visit Montreal each year, with most spending at least one day in Old Montreal, located at the south end of Boulevard Saint-Laurent. Here, a lovely surprise awaits you around every quaint corner, as serenades from street musicians echo through the cobblestone streets, and buildings dating back to the late 17th century provide a living reminder of the city carved out of the wilderness by Montreal's first settlers. Old Montreal is a place for artists and tourists, where each alleyway reveals a hidden gem, where painters create original works that capture the romance and ambience of life, where Jesuit priests once dreamed of a holy city, and where fur traders once arrived in canoes to swap pelts for supplies and to haggle over the price of goods. A practice that continues among the artists and tourists to this very day.
Dave, there is so much to do in the old Montreal, and I am so impressed with this artist alley, or is it a street?
It's an artist alley, and it's the oldest art street in Montreal, and it's been 30 years roughly. It started 31 years, and there's portrait artists. Everybody does their own work, has to under the law. Watercolors, caricatures, portraits. I myself am doing etchings and watercolor originals, portraits.
This alley is 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 30.
30 years? Well, when I was walking by here, I see that you have made this sketch, and we have just been filming these two girls.
Yes, I noticed. Yeah. Well, the music was excellent, and I couldn't resist the lighting, and it's a very sensual movement. So I often do sketches around, and I change them into my etchings, work on them for larger pieces.
So this is going to be a masterpiece, because these girls were masterpieces.
Yeah, I hope they come back, because I'd like to get a bit more reference to do a larger painting, perhaps.
You know, this old Montreal, you know, it's got its romance, its ambience, its artists. And you know what? I just fall in love with the city. I feel there's music in the air.
Absolutely. The sidewalk cafes, the artists, there's the artist's alleyway or the little street. And you know, it is a romantic city, isn't it?
Oh, Jake, how romantic from you. You know, this reminds me of 30 years ago when we walked this street.
I know, but you know what? We've been walking, it feels like all day. And I think we can take another mode of transportation.
Like what?
You will see. No trip to Old Montreal is complete without a ride in a calèche. Take a 30 or 60-minute horse and buggy tour of the area. Carrots are the favorite tip of these hard-working and gentle guides. This is the other mode of transportation. Do you like this?
I love this much better.
Because I'm pretty tired, I must say.
I am too.
All day.
And it's
Okay.
very romantic.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, that suits me
So
fine.
we will be very romantic.
Absolutely. Okay.
So welcome in Montreal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whether you start your magical ride across from Notre Dame Cathedral in Old Montreal or a few blocks further south in front of the recently restored waterfront area known as the Old Port, you're in for a treat. Be transported back to the days when the sounds of horses clopping on cobblestones was an everyday occurrence, and the buildings on all sides were bustling with commerce and the activities of merchants, sailors, and innkeepers. You know, Mieke, you said to me, what is the other mode of transportation? Well, this is it. We've been walking the whole day, and this is sure a nice way of seeing Old Montreal.
I
Don't
tell
you think it
this
is?
is much better on your legs, and you can see much better.
And not only that,
You enjoy everything. And you know what? It is romantic.
the buildings of Old Montreal have been lovingly restored, and your calèche driver will be sure to point out not only the historic sites, but the best boutiques and restaurants as well. When we return, we'll sample smoked meat at the world-famous Schwartz's Deli. Nobody looked. And later, Montreal bagels baked in wood ovens. All washed down with the cool sounds of the International Jazz Festival. You know, this is a very nice ride. How do you like it?
I love it. We will be back with more of Montreal and the Jazz Festival just after this, so stay with us.
Road.
Welcome back to the Travel Magazine and the cosmopolitan city of Montreal, Canada. A mosaic of cultures in a romantic island setting. It is a city always on the move, full of energy and life.
Oh,
Now,
Now-
that was a wonderful ride, huh?
I really enjoyed this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Caroline, merci beaucoup.
Merci
Et à
beaucoup.
bientôt.
À bientôt, monsieur. Bienvenue.
Thank you,
Merci.
Will.
Okay. In the heart of Old Montreal lies Notre Dame Basilica, its twin towers soaring 227 feet above Place d'Armes, and the statue of one of the founders of the city, Sieur Paul Chamdet de Maisonneuve. Built in 1829 by the Jesuits, the Basilica is one of the first Gothic Revival-style churches in Canada and is a replica of the famous Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Oddly enough, it was designed by a Protestant Irish-American architect, James O'Donnell, who converted to Catholicism with the stipulation that he be buried within the walls of the great church. If modern Montreal is a jazz tune in its tempo and pace, then the interior of Notre Dame Basilica is a soaring orchestral rendering of sacred beliefs. Here, amid the polished mahogany, gilded statuary, and gold leaf fleur-de-lis, time stands still. 11 handcrafted stained glass windows paint historical depictions of Montreal's most important moments over the last 350 years. The Basilica is a pure expression of the eternal within the temporal, the essence of God's word in deep, somber tones, reflections of the human spirit's most important journey. You know, that carriage ride was something else. But here is our next mode of transportation. The Metropolitan of Montreal, or the Metro. And this entrance, by the way, was given on permanent loan to the Metro here in Montreal in October 1966. And this comes from one of the stations in Paris.
You know, I have an idea. Why don't we go to the markets, the famous Jean Talon market of Montreal?
Okay.
And we do it by subway. I love it.
It's a deal.
You know what? This is the jazz city. Jazz, 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 and more jazz.
And it's all classical, baby. All cultural fun. We got a little bit for everybody. And it's jazz, jazz, jazz,
Jazz, jazz, jazz, jazz, jazz, jazz, jazz.
Built originally for transporting the masses to Expo 67, Montreal's subway system is modeled after the Paris Metro. Are you ready to go on board? Montreal's Metro features 62 uniquely designed stations filled with works of art, bright colors, and street musicians. Running on large rubber wheels, the Metro is silent and smooth. Boasting one of the world's largest systems of connected pedestrian and subway networks, Montreal's world-famous underground city provides a rich and varied assortment of boutiques, restaurants, and department stores. Often called the hidden part of the urban iceberg, magnificent architecture, complete with fountains and statues, connects office buildings and elegant dining. A city beneath a city where it's never winter.
Well, Jake, this is the most famous Jean Talon fruit and vegetable market.
That's right, and we came here by subway. You know, is that Metro not terrific? You just get on it, we got off right here, and the market is open 7 days a week. From a simple outdoor market where farmers sold their fresh produce, the Jean Talon market has become the place to shop among sophisticated urban dwellers looking for a way to connect with the land. Here beneath the covered arches, you'll find everything from flowers to fresh produce.
I'm getting really hungry.
And you know what? I have an idea. There's a place very close by where they make bagels, and they've been making bagels for over 70 years, and it's
Let's
supposed
go.
to be really something.
Shall
we go there?
This is a really inexpensive way to see Montreal.
Absolutely. And back on the Metro, as efficient and comfortable as it is eye-pleasing.
You know, the market was very interesting, but when you're in Montreal, you should try a bagel.
And you know what? This place has been in business for over 100 years, I understand. So let's go in.
While Jake makes bagels, I am going shopping.
Rhonda,
Yes?
you're world famous, North American famous. What makes you so famous?
We have the best bagels in the world. Every day I have a bagel. Our bagel factory was started by my grandfather in 1919. It's the third generation bagel factory. The oven that's standing behind me is actually in the living room and it went out into the backyard.
Yes.
And all of the bagels are made by hand. They're baked in a wood-fired oven. Natural ingredients. It's like eating your grandmother's old-fashioned baked bread. We make 19 varieties of bagel.
So let's do this.
Okay, so you're gonna.
Are we selling these or are we not?
No, we're gonna keep them for us.
Oh, you think I'm not going to do it
I
right?
don't know, we'll see.
While I'm busy making dough,
I am busy spending it.
how am I
Make it
doing,
smaller.
Rhonda?
You're doing not bad, but you want to make it a little bit smaller.
Montreal bagels are thinner and more pastry-like than their Toronto and New York rivals. Now, how's that?
Terrific.
Can we now make 4 hearts? But regardless of the shape, when they are hot out of the oven, you can't find anything tastier. Okay, Brenda, let's see what has happened.
Wow, Jake, they came out beautiful.
Well, look at this. This
You're
is terrific.
fired. You're a good bagel heart maker.
Thank you very much.
What are you going to do with the bagel
You know
hearts?
what? This is for Mika for tonight. This
Wow.
is very special. So thank you so much for teaching me a little bit of your craft, and I hope to see you again soon.
I hope to see you
Okay?
again too soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wonder what is taking Jake so long in this bagel
Hey,
store.
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I got a surprise for you.
Oh,
There you are.
what is that?
Hey, did it myself. How do you like
Aha,
that?
you know, I have a surprise for you.
And what is your surprise? When we return, we'll sample Montreal smoked meat at Schwartz's Deli. And later, the ultra-cool sounds of Montreal's famous international jazz festival.
We will be back with more of Montreal just after this, so stay with us.
Welcome back to the travel magazine and the enchanting city of Montreal. Known for its cafes and restaurants, Montreal is also famous for its deli-style smoked meat sandwiches.
Jake, this is Schwartz. It's famous for its sandwiches. And you know who comes here? Famous people like
Who?
Nina Muscuri, Tina Turner.
Celine Dion,
Ach,
Chrétien, Mick and Jake de Boer if you're going in. Schwartz's Deli is a Montreal landmark not to be missed. Wow, look at this, Mika.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Excellent. On most days, the lineup outside will rival that of the hottest jazz club. Can you imagine people come from all over the world, from Chicago, from Toronto, from New York, from London, England, from Amsterdam, from Johannesburg, Singapore, Tokyo. They come here to this place that has been in business for 70 years, and nothing has changed. Lunchtime Chez Schwartz's, and not an empty seat in the house. My table manners are terrible.
Yeah, I see
But this
that.
is so good. Now, here it comes.
You are spitting on me. You know, there is different kinds of pickles. There's the green one, and there is this one.
What do I do with the pickle?
Well, Frank, show me the secret place.
Okay, I'll show you the secret place, but I will not show you the secrets.
Smoked meat.
That's fine. It's a brisket of beef. Marinated upstairs in secret blend of spices, all natural, no chemicals. It was in here for approximately 7 hours.
Oh, so how many of these are hanging here?
Around 200.
200.
We don't freeze nothing. We have no freezers.
You have no freezers?
No freezers. It's cooked, it's served. It's cooked, it's served. We've been doing it from 1930. We haven't changed a thing.
You don't want to tell me the secret?
No, I can't. I wish I could. I can't.
Because it must be a special secret.
Absolutely, it is.
And a special secret room.
That's right.
So I cannot convince you to share.
Sorry.
Nobody knows it?
Nobody knows it.
The Montreal Jazz Festival marks the culmination of the festival season in the city. For 11 days in midsummer, the city becomes a giant stage for the beloved music of Miles Davis and Oscar Peterson, Ella Fitzgerald and Shirley Horn. Free outdoor concerts, club performances, prestigious events with tickets at a premium. The cool sounds of jazz are everywhere as thousands of visitors flood the city for one of the greatest music festivals in the world. From Latin to Dixieland, bebop to fusion, freeform to swing, the music is king. Even the coffee bars are in tune with the vibrant and exciting pulse of the night, adding the final exclamation point to a city built on the pulse of jazz. When the music plays, the entire city becomes one big street party. Montreal, moving to the beat of the heart, the language of the soul.
Jake, did you enjoy Montreal?
Mika, you know, I love Montreal. And I really enjoyed the jazz festival, the carriage ride. It's just this city has a unique flavor all of its own. But you know what? We're out of time, and that's it for this edition of Travel Magazine 2000. I'm Jake de Boer.
And I'm Mieke de Boer. And enjoy yourself as you travel the world. Oh my goodness, you know what? They built this for Expo 67, and it looks today just as spectacular as then. Beautiful.